All right, so abracadabra, I will there be light. You know, I just love this one so much because it takes us back to like everything. It takes us back, everything that I've always been leading towards. Like, will it and it is so. Speak it and it is. Like, start saying what you want, you know? I will there be light. We're not wishing, right? Because what did your parents tell you whenever you grew up? You were like, I wish I had a pony. And your parents would say, okay, wish in one hand and shit in the other. And see which one happens faster. It was like this weird saying from the 80s. Did you not get it? Okay, well then never mind. So I will there be light. It's not wishy-washy. It's not, I hope there will be light, or, oh, it'd be nice. Light would be nice. No, none of that. I will there be light. With my will. This is a free will planet. Do you understand the power that you hold? You're like, no. All right. Lesson 73, the sun's shining. It's a liar though, because it's still freaking cold. But it's a great day. I will there be light. Today we are considering the will you share with God. So this is not the same as ego's wishes, okay? Ego's darkness and nothing else. And yeah, the will of God is happiness and salvation. Ugh. All right, so what can I say? I don't know. Today we will try once more to reach the world that is in accordance with your will. Now, where is that? Do we look outside of ourselves for that? No. No. We look inside ourselves. Okay, so the light that shines upon this world reflects your will. So it must be in you and in me that we look for it. This was great about lesson 73. Your picture of the world can only mirror what is within. So it's like whatever's going on outside of you, it's because it's going on inside of you. Grievances darken your mind, and whatever's going on inside of you is what you see outside of you, so you'll look out on a darkened world. Now, forgiveness, our favorite F word, lifts the darkness, reasserts your will, and lets you look upon a world of light. So that's why you and somebody else and me and somebody else, we can literally be standing in the same place, in the same world, and we will see it differently because of what I have going on within me and what they have going on within them. So they can look out and see a dark, scary world, but I look out and I'm like in love with it. You know? It's all about what you have going on inside of you. And I also know this from my own personal contrast. When the world gets screwed up, scary, full of grievances, guess who's doing it? Me. So anyways, do you want to be in hell? Do you really want to weep and suffer and die? That was my favorite part about reading that this morning. Do you really want to weep and suffer and die? All right, let's take a break and talk about what Jesus had to talk about, because it will also be very reflective in how things are mirrored in this dream. So Tina Jesus today for lesson 73, I will there be light, basically wanted to talk about shadows and shadow work, which I thought was really cool because I've done a lot with that, and if I could remember, I'll put a link in the description. But basically Jesus said, I do not want to stay in the shadows anymore. right? That's what you have to say. I will there be light. I do not want to stay in the shadows anymore. So this is a great time for you to do your shadow work. Why? Because you're going to start to see your shadows. The light will show you your shadows. It's going to make them very obvious. When you shine a light, it shows you where the shadows are. Okay, fine. That's where you need to do your healing work. Now, be aware of it, but do not focus on those shadows, okay? It's like, okay, fine, now you're aware of it. Now you're going to bring this to the Holy Spirit now and let him help you do your shadow work. Do not focus on the shadows. What you want to focus on is seeking the light. What's the solution? Adding love, adding light. You don't, do your shadow work. Okay, fine, but we're not going to stay in the shadows. We're going to let the light show us where it's at that we still need to work on because we have a shadow there. And then we're going to find the solution by seeking love and the light. And then things will become clear. But if you keep on focusing on the shadows, you're going to stay in the darkness. All right, so anyways, that's what Tina Jesus was talking about today. Definitely, 100%, one of those Tina Jesus episodes that you definitely should listen to yourself, because he said a whole lot more, but that's all I wrote down. So, take it or leave it. This hair is so fun. I washed my hair this morning, and then I don't know what happened, but it just kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I put product in it, and it was like crazy mess, and I thought, you're not going to your job interview looking like that, are you? So I straightened my hair and looked all... It was nothing about my looks. They hired me on account of my personality. Absolutely, absolutely. So we will succeed today if we remember that we want salvation for ourselves. That's it. That's all we have to do. You want to accept God's plan because you share in it. All right? It's the same damn plan. Trust me. Salvation is for you. Above all else, you want the freedom to remember who you are. Okay? You want the freedom to step into your power. When you step into your power that you can say, I will there be light, and there will be light, you render the ego powerless. Your ego will dissolve more and more and more. There will be less shadows. So today, let your will be done and end forever the insane, crazy mother truckin' belief that it is hell in place of heaven that you choose. Okay, your ego will have you choose in hell again and again and again. Your ego will shine it up and put a pretty bow on it, but seriously, enough. That's enough, okay? So anyways, remind yourself of all this. Read this lesson. Say to yourself, I will there be light. Let me behold the light that reflects God's will in mine. I will there be light. Darkness is not my will. So anytime grievances or the temptation of grievances come on up, remind yourself that darkness is not your will, and that you will there be light. And pathways of light, and go. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading. A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 73, Insights. I will there be light. In this lesson, Jesus is helping me to build the habit, to see the Christ in everyone I meet or even think of. Jesus is helping me focus on the truth in everyone and not the idle wishes and grievances that come from the ego's split mind. Seeing the idle wishes and grievances has cost me the awareness of what I am. Remembering that my real will is one with God's will brings me back into alignment with my true happiness, my true unlimited freedom. Saying to myself all through the day, I will there be light, reminds me of my true will. This helps me behold the light that reflects God's will and mine. I need this practice to free up my mind from the idle wishes and grievances of the ego thought system. Idle wishes and grievances have imprisoned my will and have been the cause of my seeing darkness. I really do not want to continue seeing darkness. I will there be light. This is where I wake up to the light. The light has always been there. I am now training my mind to behold it. This is a very important lesson for me. This is very important work. Beholding the light brings me true happiness. Beholding the light reflects my true will and helps me remember my true identity as part of God. I am determined to practice this consistently today. This lesson is helping me disconnect from identification with the ego. It is strongly emphasizing that I will there be light, and this will I share with God. Because I share this will with God, I also share God's strength and power. If this is what I am, then I cannot be the darkness, conflict, guilt, and grievances that the ego shows me. What a relief that pain and fear and guilt is not me. I have believed it was me and have experienced it as though it were true. But belief does not make reality. If I am experiencing anything but the peace and light of God, I am seeing only a reflection of the ego thought system. The world I see gives me instant feedback, showing me what I believe about myself. If I see conflict, pain, unhappiness, lack of peace of any kind, I am identifying with the ego. If I see light, innocence, and peace, I am identifying with myself and seeing the reflection of the light that is myself. It's very simple, always one or the other. All I need to do is pay attention to the feedback, and if I am not seeing peace, if I am not seeing the reflection of light, if I am not seeing innocence, I have identified with a false image, the ego thought system. Then it is time to remind myself, this is not my will. I will there be light. Let me behold the world that reflects this light. I know that I am making real progress during these lessons. It would be hard for me to put this progress into words that someone else would understand, but I can see it clearly. But as I do each lesson, it seems that something comes up that proves this lesson isn't true or that I can't do it. For instance, I am going to buy my son a car since he is graduating from high school this year and will be going away to college. I have been doing the preliminary work, getting prices, checking on insurance. As I am reading today's lesson, my mind is straying to my budget. The more it does, the more trouble I have reading the lesson, and the more worried I become. At one time, I would have seen this as proof. I am really an ego, and I would never reach the lofty heights this course says are my rightful place. At one time, I would have quit trying to do the lesson and told myself I would do it later when I was better able to concentrate. I would then have been free to indulge in some real fear. I thought of it differently this morning. I realized that this isn't proof I can't see the light. It is a perfect circumstance to help me learn today's lesson. I did my lesson right through the fear. I'm not going to say it was easy, but I stuck with it and did the best I could. When I felt like giving up, I reminded myself that I was setting the course for my whole day with this lesson. I reminded myself that there was nothing I would do today that was as important as what I was attempting to accomplish right here. This lesson deserved all the effort I could put into it. It is comforting to me to realize that when these seeming setbacks come up, they are really opportunities. They are a chance for me to make the daily lessons concrete in my mind to see how I can use what I am learning to grow. Today, I can see clearly the ego game of idle wishes to manufacture the world I see, wanting this thing or that thing, then manufacturing grievances based on judgments to maintain the world, not getting the thing and it's someone's fault or this thing is better or worse than someone else's. Getting idle wishes is junk food joy, which then requires another fix or not getting it, in either case, on to the next step in the ego's tiresome game. This is darkness, suffering, anxiety, and pain. This is not the real me. I will there be light. Darkness is not my will. I want salvation. I want true joy. True joy is the creation that comes from the light, being one with the Father. It does not come from the idle wants of the ego. True joy comes from listening to the sound of the voice for God. It does not come from the voices of the ego aspects. True joy is found within. This is where salvation comes alive and ego dissolves. This is where we are resurrected. This is where peace radiates from the connection with the source of love within. It comes from the core of our self, like a beacon of light that shines out from within in all directions like a lighthouse. I will that the light shines. I am one with God in the willing for this to be. I am the light that shines. This is my salvation. This is my life. This is my true joy. pathwaysoflight.org. All right, so there's really nothing else for us to do except I will there be cookies. Oh, you know it. I'm not going to hold out on you. I will there be cookies. Yeah, cookies made of light. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so anyways, did we need to say anything else? I'll keep you posted on my life as I evolve into this whatever new place I'm meant to be. I will there be light. You know, here's the thing. I mean, when I was driving to this job interview today, I said, what did we say the other day? That was so good. Like, tell me like where to be, what to say, how many, here, just going back to lesson 71. Like I'm driving there and it's like my small mind's like, oh, you have to make a decision. Which job do you want? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to know. I'm just going to know, right? Because I'm asking Holy Spirit, What would you have me do? Like, if this is where you want me doing light work this year or for whatever, or like, this is where I'm supposed to be, then put me there, you know? What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? Show me the best place for me to be right now. Show me where you want me, because I'm here in service, right? What would you have me say, and to whom? You don't have to always be thinking about what you're going to say. Just say what you're supposed to say by not even thinking about it. It's fun to be a puppet. And I'm not just saying that because I can do this. Like, I literally could be on the Muppet Show. All right, get outside. Sun's shining. I love you. I do. I love you. I didn't hit the button.